Hi everyone, welcome to TalktousToday. I'm Namita.
And I'm Simrit. And today on Talk to Us Today, we're going to be discussing who are influencers. Recently, influencers has become something like a buzzword, right? Everyone we meet, they're like, oh, well, you're an influencer, that person's an influencer. And obviously, for most of us, we know that this has to do with social influencers, whether they're on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, our favorite platform, YouTube. And it's perfectly normal to state your profession as an influencer, right? And I think one of the main objectives becomes to see how many people are following you, liking you, and which means also how many people you have influence over, right?
Right. And this is the most interesting part, Simran. How many people you have influence over. So that's what determines
Correct.
how you became known as an influencer. And now the motivation to become
Right.
an influencer may seems to be money or fame, but the truth is the real motivation to become an influencer is to change someone's life, whether through motivation or through spreading positivity, anything. And now Simran and I do not dare to call ourselves influencers, but our
Never.
motivation for starting this channel, Talk to Us Today, on YouTube was to spread some form of positivity and motivation without any gyan or
Right.
lecture. So in the past year, we have
Absolutely.
grown. We have grown some, but the motivation we get is from comments, from emails, from the calls we get from different people who say that we have positively influenced them in some way.
Absolutely. That's right. And that's how you wonderful viewers out there become our influencers. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. Not the 1 million followers type of influencers, but our real influencers. Who are the real influencers? Okay, so let's go back in life. Let's think about this. We interact with thousands of people, starting most importantly with our parents. When we're born, our first influences are our parents. And as little boys and girls, we pretend we're mamas and papas and play mama, papa, or house or whatever, because we want to be like our greatest inspirations, our greatest influencers, our parents. The impact parents have on children is unlike any other influence that we will ever have in life. The entire course of our lives, the biggest influencers are always parents, whether in their presence or their absence. And while most parents are we hope, are present and good caregivers, we take them for granted as young adults and maybe even as adults. But as we get older and older, we, right, we, as time passes, we look up to our parents and we hope that one day we can make them proud and be somewhat like them. But parents are the greatest influences, but also whether when they're not present, or let's say someone is absent or is not what we call the best friend, even in that you have influenced your child greatly, and even their absence plays an influence in your life. So guys, if you're a parent out there, you're the greatest influencer. So never take this job too lightly. I mean, you can choose how your child's whole life can be affected just by being a parent. So take this parental relationship quite seriously and choose what.
And Simran, it's natural. See, none of our parents pretended like while parenting us to be like over nice or trying to teach us in some way. It was natural. It was their life. It was what they were in real. So that has
right.
what that we have seen that, and that's what make us believe and make us follow them. Oh my! If we can be something like them, and in some way, that would be the, I would say, biggest achievement that we would achieve.
Yes.
Right? And being a
I
parent
always
can
say,
be,
like, if I could be happier. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And being a parent can be hard and emotional, but this is also the greatest joy of life. And through this role, you become the biggest influencer of all. So Simrit, for me, the second biggest influence has been family. extended
Right.
family, and of course, my siblings, my grandparents, aunts, and uncles. I have mentioned some members of my family earlier as well. My grandparents, my paternal grandfather didn't want us girls to get to be too educated, but even through that, they become my influences because I chose
Correct. Right.
because I chose to plow through and became strong. My aunt, who is, one of the top official in WHO right now, when she
Oh,
comes home, and she is so down to earth. She cooks, she hangs out, with all the children. She spend good quality time with us. And when she's talking to us, she is with
amazing.
us. She is like,
Amazing.
she's asking everything about our academics or otherwise, our interest, everything. And we feel like just she's like friend next door, Just yeah. So I admire her and think of her as a complete woman, human being, who excel in every sphere. So, but these family members of mine have all become my, true influences. So, if any of you aunts and uncles and cousins interact with the children in your family, please remember you are their influences. So, instead of
Absolutely.
posting pics on social media or trying to influence people who don't matter, try to positively influence the children around you. That is very, very important. And I
Absolutely.
think that is
It is.
actually
Well said.
would be your achievement as an influencer.
Absolutely. So, well, like that's exactly what I said. Well said, So let's talk about the environment outside the house. Like, so this is, we go with our parents, our family, and then outside the house, like the environment which starts as children, we start school. And no matter what we all have as experiences in school, I can never give enough credit to the teachers of the world. Especially the ones, well, not all teachers are alike, we know that, but the ones who went above and beyond their duty and completely took it under, like kids under their wing and influenced them. I mean, even when I'm writing something, writing my thoughts or whatever, I always remember my English teacher from school who always pushed me to write more. And even
So
after,
true. Even I do remember whenever I do something, the first thought that comes, my teacher who taught me this first thing when we were in school. Yeah.
right.
So
And then
yes.
even like, she went so above and beyond. Even after I got married, she called randomly after many years. She got to connect and she's like, are you still writing? And I hope you continue. And it was just, and I never really pursued writing in a big way, but I always think, I have her in mind because she was one of my greatest influences who brought, she gave me confidence in my writing as well. So, and then I see my son, and I'm sure you see it with your kids. And he's in grade 7, and he's had some of the most amazing teachers, and I bless them every day because even recently, he was away somewhere, and my son's really sensitive, and this teacher on a trip, so he wasn't with us. It was a school trip, and this teacher came up to him, and she says, you're really sensitive, and you have great parents who've taught you this, but you got to learn how to wear your mask first. And he quoted this to me. He goes, Mama, she said that, and I'm not
So
going to name the teacher. I
wow.
mean, I, of course, she's amazing. And she said, you have to learn how to wear your mask first. You have to take care of yourself. And I'm sure these words of wisdom are going to stay with him for life and older and older. And he will always remember that teacher who said this to him. And these, even the negative, like that obviously positively changes you and influences you. There are negative influencers also throughout life, but they also, in their way, have influenced you to make you the person you are. I mean, they're not always great experiences, but they teach you how to plow through and deal with different type of people in life, right? And that's how you become who you are.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Very much. Yeah. That's yeah. So not just as children, but even as adults, I would say, we deal with many negative people. They can be our colleagues or partners or even friends. So many
Oh
times,
God,
we hear about
thousands.
toxic relationship or toxic people and how they
Right.
change our, patterns or our nature, right? So we
Yeah.
deal with these things differently due to negative experiences. And these people, in fact, influence us so much that we chose to change ourselves. And
Can you
hence,
imagine?
yeah, and hence, they become our influencer. knowingly or unknowingly, they become influencer, whether for the better
Yeah,
or for
yeah,
worse.
like not right. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a different discussion whether it's better or for worse, but nevertheless, they
yeah,
influence us for sure.
yeah,
And in fact, depending from person to person, and situation to situation, many times these negative influences make us learn something new as well about ourselves, or teach us
absolutely.
coping up, some kind of coping, mechanism to help us deal with our situation later in life as well. And Simit, I want to really
Absolutely.
mention this one discussion with one of my friend, and where she was, you know, talking about, oh my God, we couldn't go to travel outside because this and that. And I see people are going, traveling, we're so busy in our own world, taking care of families and children, and everybody's together. So we don't even get time to, open up our social media accounts like Instagram or Facebook. And like,
Right.
then I was like, why are you feeling sad? You should be happy. You don't have time to see all this nonsense. And, those people who say, no, no, our life is such a waste. They're partying, they're traveling, they're having a gala life. It's so much fun. It's so amazing. You're like, come on,
How does
yaar.
that make you? I mean, you can
Exactly.
create
So,
memories anywhere, guys. You can create memories anywhere.
yeah, exactly. You don't need these platforms to really influence you. Or you make. I mean, they just, if they make you feel inferior, I know, I must tell you, you should just close them all. There's no point
Yeah.
looking at them. Yeah, you can
If you
watch
feel
it.
positivity, do anything. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's so true.
exactly. So it should not influence
Right.
you in some way where it just disturbs you. That shouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're
No, or
happy
anything
watching
that
your
is
friends.
negativity.
See, as long as you're watching your friends having fun, it's okay. ठीक है, इनकी life है, let them be. I'm happy in my own life. I have
No,
my own.
I mean, I love it. I love to see other people partying. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's awesome. I love
yeah.
it. I love social media because I enjoy watching it. It doesn't
Until
make
it,
me feel like I'm missing out. I have
yeah.
no forms of FOMO.
And until it turned into a fight with your spouse. Oh, मुझे तो घुमाने नहीं लेके गए. Everybody is going abroad or traveling. This is like
And
nonsense.
that's when you know you need to shut the. That's hilarious. So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think coming down to it, every meaningful relationship in your life can influence you, right? And if you actually think about it, there are probably, at least dozens of people who've profoundly affected you, many of your friends, your family members, and even people who you don't realize, like, subconsciously you don't realize it, like a waitress who makes sure that you get your hot coffee the moment you sit down, or a taxi
Exactly.
driver who returned your wallet full of money. You're traveling, and that influences
Ex-
you, that there are honest
isn't it
people.
nice?
Those
Yeah.
are your influencers. They're your anonymous, unnamed, unfaced, like influencers, or like
Yeah.
a
This
colleague
is
of
from
yours
where you should actually
who,
take your inspirations from, not from
right?
from
And
social.
like a colleague of yours or a friend of yours who you're not so close, but surprises you on your birthday, goes out of their way. And those things matter a lot. And in return, I'm sure you all, viewers, have influenced dozens of people or hundreds of people in your life as well. So today's takeaway is that you don't need social media influencers, right? Look around you. You have a lot of influencers in your life. And not only that, you're an influencer to the people around you. So not only would those influences mean much more, that they will impact and benefit the people around you as well.
Yes, sure, definitely. Well, that's all on Talk This today. Do let us know what you think about our today's episode by emailing us at hello@talktoustoday.com. And thank you so much for all the emails and comments that you have been posting to us. It has been great inspiration for us to keep, doing more and more and bringing more and more topics for discussion. And yeah, and keep posting your comments and emails. And do let your
And
friends know.
also, thank you for this past year. We both have had a lot of fun
Yes.
doing.
Oh, we've literally,
Yes,
yeah, it's been 1 year. So yes. we
been
saw,
1 year since we've
yeah.
been on this channel, and it's thanks to all you guys. We're seeing growth every day, and thank you guys for all watching us, giving us your comments. Thank you so much. We, like Namita said, we are always looking forward to your comments and emails.
And do let your friends know where to find us. And
Yes.
most important one, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Talk to Us today. And remember to talk
Remember,
about Talk to Us today.
keep smiling
Keep laughing
and keep talking.
and
Thank
keep
you guys. Thanks for
influencing
watching.
people.
And keep influencing people. Yeah, in a positive way. Try that.
Yeah.
Bye. See you guys next Friday. Thank you.